What if the exhaustion you've been feeling, the way time feels completely broken, and that overwhelming sense that you don't belong in this world anymore aren't signs that something's wrong with you, but proof that you've already shifted into the fifth dimension? Before I reveal the exact signs that confirm you're already living in 5D, signs that Dolores Cannon discovered through 40 years of research with thousands of souls, I need you to do something right now. Close your eyes for 3 seconds. Take a deep breath and ask yourself this question. Does the world I'm experiencing feel completely different from the world most people seem to be living in? If that question made your heart race, if you felt that instant recognition, if something deep inside you screamed yes, write in the comments, I'm already in 5D. This isn't wishful thinking. This is confirmation. Because what I'm about to share will validate experiences you thought meant you were losing your mind. But you're not losing anything. You're gaining everything. You've just been living in a dimension that most people can't even perceive yet. The split that's already happened. Listen very carefully because what I'm about to tell you will explain everything that's been happening to you. The unexplained exhaustion, the time distortions, the people who suddenly feel like strangers. The synchronicities that happen constantly. The feeling that you're watching a movie instead of living a life. The overwhelming knowing that none of this is real. Dolores Cannon, through decades of deep hypnotic research with thousands of subjects, uncovered something absolutely stunning about what's happening on Earth right now. The planet has split into 2 separate Earths, 2 distinct realities, 2 completely different dimensions. And this split, it's not something that's going to happen in the future. Dolores said it explicitly. We are already there and we will see it when we believe it. Read that again. You're not waiting to shift into 5D. You've already shifted. You're just learning to consciously perceive what your soul has already accomplished. The dimension isn't coming to you. You're already in it. What the fifth dimension actually is. Let me explain what 5D truly is. Because everything you've been told is incomplete. The third dimension 3D is the reality of dense matter, linear time, duality, separation, survival mode, fear-based living, competition, scarcity, judgment. It's the world where you believe you're separate from everyone and everything. Where past and future feel more real than the present moment. Where you identify completely with your physical body and your ego story. The fourth dimension, 4D, is time itself. It's the emotional plane, the astral realm, the dimension of dreams and feelings. And here's something profound that Dolores discovered. We are skipping 4D entirely, going straight from 3D to 5D. Why? Because the fourth dimension is time. And time doesn't exist in the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is a completely different state of consciousness. It's not a place you travel to. It's a frequency you align with. And in this frequency, time dissolves into the eternal now. Past and future collapse into present moment awareness. Separation transforms into unity. You know you're connected to everything and everyone. Fear dissolves into love, not romantic love. Unconditional, all-encompassing divine love. Reality becomes malleable, fluid, changeable, responsive to consciousness itself. Manifestation becomes instant. No time delay between thought and creation. And here's what Dolores revealed that changes everything about how you see your current experience. She said, you are constantly moving in and out of dimensions and don't even realize it. You're not locked in 3D waiting for some dramatic shift. You're not going to suddenly wake up one day fully in 5D. You're already fluctuating between dimensions multiple times a day without knowing it. When you feel inexplicable joy for no reason, that's 5D. When time disappears and you're completely in flow, that's 5D. When you know something without knowing how you know, that's 5D. When synchronicities surround you, that's 5D. You've been experiencing it, living it, being it. You just didn't have the framework to understand what was happening. The 12 undeniable signs. Now, let me give you the exact signs that confirm you've already entered the fifth dimension. These come directly from Dolores Cannon's research, combined with thousands of testimonies from people living this experience right now. Sign number 1, time has completely broken. Hours vanish in what feels like minutes, or minutes drag on like hours. You lose complete track of what day it is. Weeks blur together. Years fly by. Appointments slip your mind because time just doesn't register the way it used to. This isn't you becoming irresponsible or forgetful. This is because in 5D, linear time doesn't exist. Dolores explained, time is the fourth dimension and it doesn't exist in the fifth dimension. When you're vibrating at 5D frequency, you're experiencing the eternal now. Everything is happening simultaneously. Past, present, and future are one. This is why clocks feel meaningless, why deadlines don't motivate you anymore, why planning ahead feels impossible. You're literally operating outside of time. Sign number 2, you feel like you're watching your life instead of living it. There's this strange detachment, like you're observing everything from a slight distance. People talk to you and you respond, but it feels like you're watching yourself respond. You go through your daily routine, but it feels dreamlike, surreal, not quite real. This isn't dissociation. This isn't trauma. This is 5D consciousness, experiencing the illusion of physical reality while knowing it's an illusion. You're simultaneously in the world and beyond it. Your awareness has expanded past the identification with the body-mind. You're experiencing yourself as the observer, as consciousness itself, as the witness to the dream rather than the dreamer. Sign number 3, old friendships and relationships have dissolved. And it happens so naturally, you barely noticed until they were gone. People you used to talk to every day haven't spoken in months. Family gatherings feel unbearable. Old friends irritate you. The conversations feel empty, meaningless, like everyone's speaking a language you no longer understand. This is frequency separation. Dolores confirmed, old friends have moved out of their lives as a new circle of like-minded friends have replaced them. You're vibrating at 5D. They're vibrating at 3D. You're literally existing in different dimensions. Same planet, different realities, different worlds. Sign number 4, you experience overwhelming joy for absolutely no reason. You'll be doing something completely ordinary. Washing dishes, walking, sitting, and suddenly this wave of pure bliss washes over you. Profound peace, deep love for everything. Gratitude so intense it brings tears to your eyes. And there's no external cause. Nothing good happened. You just feel home. These are glimpses of your natural 5D state. In the fifth dimension, joy isn't dependent on circumstances. Love isn't conditional on behavior. Peace isn't achieved through external control. It's your default state. It's who you are when you're not resisting. Sign number 5, manifestation happens so fast. It's almost scary. You think of something and it appears within hours, sometimes minutes. You need something and it shows up exactly when you need it. Someone crosses your mind and they text you instantly. Your desires materialize before you've barely finished thinking them. In 5D, there's no time delay between thought and manifestation. Dolores explained that in the fifth dimension, consciousness creates reality instantly. No waiting, no working for it, no struggling to make it happen, just thought and creation simultaneously. Sign number 6, you cannot tolerate negative energy anymore. Violence on TV makes you physically sick. The news feels like poison entering your system. Drama and gossip are unbearable. Angry, fearful, or judgmental people drain you instantly just being near them. This isn't you becoming weak or overly sensitive. Your frequency is so high now that anything vibrating at 3D density feels like sandpaper on your soul. Dolores emphasized, fear will keep you living in the old earth. Fear is not real. Fear is an illusion. You can't tolerate fear-based content anymore because you're no longer operating from fear. You're operating from love. And fear and love cannot coexist at the same frequency. Sign number 7, your body feels different. Exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. Joint aches that move around your body. Headaches at the crown of your head. Irregular heartbeat with no cardiac cause. Dizziness and vertigo. Digestive issues. Sensitivity to foods you used to eat fine. These aren't symptoms of illness. Dolores identified these as ascension symptoms. These don't all happen at once. You might have one every few days. Your physician will not understand that this is your body adjusting to the new frequencies. Your physical body is transforming into a light body. Your cells are literally changing their vibration. You're becoming less dense and more light. Sign number 8. Your diet has changed dramatically. Suddenly, you can't eat meat or you crave only fresh, light foods. Heavy meals make you feel sick. Your body demands more water. Processed foods feel toxic. This isn't a conscious choice. Dolores was clear. In order to move with this ascension, you have to have the body be lighter. Eating heavy meats will hold the body down. Your body knows it needs to vibrate higher. It's telling you what it needs. Trust it. Sign number 9. You know things without knowing how. Information downloads into your awareness. You understand complex concepts instantly. You predict outcomes accurately. You sense what's about to happen. Someone's about to text and they do. You think of a song and it plays on the radio. This is because in 5D you have direct access to universal consciousness, to the Akashic records, to all knowledge. Your intuition isn't guessing anymore. It's knowing. Pure, direct, immediate knowing. Sign number 10. You feel completely alone. Even surrounded by people. You can be in a room full of family and feel utterly, devastatingly alone. Like you're living in a completely different world than everyone around you. Like you're an alien in your own life. Like nobody truly sees you or understands what you're experiencing. This is because you are in a different world. Dolores explained that Earth is splitting into 2 Earths, one 3D and one 5D. The separation is happening now. You're on the 5D Earth. Most people are still on the 3D Earth. Same planet, different dimensions, different experiences. Sign number 11. Paradoxes make perfect sense. Now things that used to contradict each other now coexist beautifully in your mind. You can hold multiple truths simultaneously. Opposites feel unified. Good and bad, light and dark, masculine and feminine. They're not separate anymore. They're different expressions of the same thing. This is 5D consciousness. In the 3rd dimension, reality is either or. In the 5th dimension, reality is both and. Everything is true. Everything is false. Everything is everything. And it all makes perfect, beautiful, paradoxical sense. Sign number 12. You see synchronicities everywhere. Repeating numbers. 1111, 222, 333, 444, 555. You see them constantly. You think of something and see 3 references to it in one day. Messages come to you from multiple sources saying the exact same thing. In 5D, there are no coincidences. Dolores said there are no coincidences. Everything is orchestrated by your soul. These synchronicities are the universe confirming yes, you're in the flow. You're aligned. You're home. Why you haven't fully realized it yet? Here's the question everyone asks. If I'm already in 5D, why don't I feel like I'm in 5D all the time? Dolores answered this perfectly. She said, we will see it when we believe it. You're experiencing 5D in moments, in glimpses, in waves. But you're not fully stabilized there yet because your belief system hasn't caught up to your vibrational reality. Your ego mind, which operates in 3D, keeps pulling you back. It says this can't be real. You're imagining this. You're making this up. This is just wishful thinking. And every time you doubt, every time you question, every time you tell yourself it's not real, you drop back into 3D perception. But here's the beautiful truth. The more you accept that you're already there, the more stable your 5D experience becomes. It's quantum physics. The observer affects the observed. Your belief creates your reality. When you believe you're in 5D, you see 5D. When you doubt you're in 5D, you see 3D. Same location, different perception, different experience. The overlapping realities. Dolores revealed something that explains so much about why life feels so unstable right now. She said that right now 3D Earth and 5D Earth are overlapping. They're occupying the same space but existing at different frequencies. You're literally living in both at the same time. Sometimes you're perceiving 3D, sometimes you're perceiving 5D, sometimes you're flickering between both. This is why reality feels so unstable, so unpredictable, so changeable, so surreal because it is unstable. It is changeable. The old world is dissolving. The new world is emerging, and you're caught in the overlap. Some people are fully in 3D and can't see 5D at all. They're still operating from fear, control, scarcity, separation. The news makes sense to them. Drama feels normal. Competition feels necessary. Some people are fully stabilized in 5D and 3D looks like a bad dream they occasionally dip into. Most people, especially if you're watching this, are straddling both. 1 foot in the old world, 1 foot in the new. And it's exhausting. This is why you're so tired. Why you can't seem to function in the normal world anymore. Why everything feels like too much effort. Why you need so much alone time. Why sleep doesn't restore you. You're literally existing in 2 dimensions simultaneously. Your consciousness is expanded, but your body is still here. Your awareness is in 5D, but your physical form is in 3D. And maintaining that dual existence takes massive amounts of energy. The physical symptoms explained. Let me explain what's actually happening to your body. Dolores identified specific ascension symptoms that thousands of her subjects reported. High blood pressure that comes and goes mysteriously. Irregular heartbeats with no cardiac cause. Dizziness and vertigo for no medical reason. Joint aches and pains that move around your body. Ringing in your ears, especially the right ear. Headaches, particularly at the crown. Extreme fatigue followed by sudden bursts of energy. Sleep disturbances or needing much more sleep. Digestive issues as your body adjusts. These aren't symptoms of illness. They're symptoms of your physical body transforming into a light body. Dolores explained, your cells are literally changing their vibration. Your DNA is activating dormant strands. You're becoming less dense and more light. Think about what that means. Your physical body, which has been dense matter for your entire life, is becoming light, energy, frequency, vibration. That transformation doesn't happen quietly. It creates sensations, symptoms, experiences that doctors can't explain because they're not medical. They're spiritual. They're energetic. They're dimensional. The sacred practice to stabilize in 5D. Now let me give you the exact practice to stabilize yourself in 5th dimensional consciousness to stop flickering between dimensions and anchor yourself in the higher frequency. This comes from the wisdom Dolores channeled through thousands of souls. Step 1. The Morning Reality Declaration. Before you do anything else, when you wake up, before checking your phone, before getting out of bed, place both hands on your heart. Take 3 deep breaths and declare out loud, I am living in the 5th dimension. Time is an illusion. Separation is an illusion. Fear is an illusion. I am love. I am light. I am infinite consciousness. I am home. Feel these words as truth, not affirmation, not hope, not goal. Truth. You're not trying to get to 5D. You're remembering you're already there. Step 2. The present moment anchor. Throughout your day, especially when you feel confused or disconnected, stop. Place 1 hand on your heart, 1 hand on your belly, close your eyes, take 3 breaths, and ask, am I here? Am I now? Then feel your body, the temperature of your skin, the weight of your feet on the ground, the breath moving in and out. This brings you back to the present moment, back to 5D, back to now. Because the only place 5D exists is here now. This moment, this breath, this heartbeat. Step 3. The frequency check. Several times a day, check your emotional frequency. Ask, am I in fear or love right now? Am I in separation or unity? Am I in past, future, or present? If you're in fear, separation, or time, you've dropped into 3D. That's okay. No judgment. Just notice. Then consciously choose love. Choose unity. Choose now. Every time you make that choice, you anchor deeper into 5D. Step 4. The gratitude transmission. Before sleep each night, review your day for moments of 5D consciousness. When did you feel joy? When did time disappear? When did you know something? When did synchronicity appear? When did you feel connected? Acknowledge those moments with gratitude. Thank you for showing me I'm already home. Thank you for confirming I'm already there. Thank you for these glimpses of my true reality. What you focus on expands. Focus on your 5D experiences and they multiply. Step 5. The belief reprogramming. This is the most important step. Every time your mind says this isn't real or you're imagining this or you're just making this up, Stop that thought immediately. Replace it with "this is real. I am experiencing 5D. My perception is valid. I trust what I'm experiencing." Dolores said it clearly. We will see it when we believe it. Your belief is the only thing preventing you from fully stabilizing in 5D. Change your belief. Change your reality. Why some people can't see it. Here's something that might be difficult to accept. Not everyone is making this shift. Dolores was absolutely clear about this. She said, Earth is separating into two distinct timelines, two distinct realities, two distinct dimensions. Some souls are choosing consciously or unconsciously to stay in 3D to continue the lessons of separation, fear, limitation, control. That's their choice. That's their path. That's their timing. And you cannot force them to wake up. You cannot drag them into 5D. You can only be 5D and let them choose when they're ready. This is why your family doesn't understand you. Why your old friends can't relate to you anymore. Why people look at you like you're crazy when you try to explain what you're experiencing. They're not vibrating at your frequency. They can't perceive your reality. They're literally living in a different dimension, same planet, different world. And trying to explain 5D to someone in 3D is like trying to explain color to someone who's never seen. They don't have the reference point. They don't have the perception. They can't see it until they're ready to see it. Through thousands of sessions, Dolores asked the same question. Why are these awakened souls here? What is their purpose? And the answer that came through again and again was this. You came here to anchor the 5D frequency, to hold the vibration so others can find their way to it. You're not here to convince anyone. You're not here to save anyone. You're not here to prove anything to anyone. You're here to be the frequency, to embody the love, to radiate the light. Just by existing at your 5D frequency, you're affecting the collective consciousness. You're literally changing the vibration of the planet just by being here. Every time you choose love over fear, you create a ripple. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you create a wave. Every time you choose truth over illusion, you create a shift. And you don't even have to do anything dramatic. Your very presence is the work. What 5D actually feels like. Let me describe what it feels like when you're fully in 5D consciousness. Time stops existing. You're just here now. This breath, this moment, and it's enough. It's everything. Peace is your default state. Not a peace you have to work for or maintain. Just peace. Regardless of what's happening around you, your center cannot be disturbed. Love pours through you effortlessly for everyone. Everything. Even people who've hurt you, even situations that challenged you. Just love unconditional, unwavering, infinite. Judgment dissolves. You see, everyone is doing exactly what they need to do. Learning exactly what they need to learn. You have no need to change anyone, fix anyone, save anyone. Manifestation is instant. You think something and it appears. You need something and it arrives. The universe responds to your consciousness like a perfectly tuned instrument. Synchronicity is constant. Messages come from everywhere. Signs appear constantly. You're in perfect flow with the divine orchestration of reality. You know deep, certain, unshakable knowing about yourself, about reality, about truth. You don't need external validation. You don't need proof. You just know. You feel connected to everything. Trees, animals, strangers, the planet, the cosmos, all of it. You feel the unity, the interconnectedness, the oneness. And it's the most beautiful thing you've ever experienced. The permission you've been waiting for. Let me give you the permission you've been unconsciously seeking. You're not going crazy. You're going sane. The world is crazy. You're waking up from the madness. You're not becoming weird. You're becoming real. The masks are dropping. The pretending is ending. The performance is over. You're not losing your mind. You're finding your true mind. The one that knows, the one that sees, the one that remembers. Every unexplained symptom, every lost relationship, every moment of exhaustion, every experience of bliss, every synchronicity, every knowing, all of it is confirmation that you're already in 5D, that you've already shifted, that you've already made it. Stop waiting for some dramatic moment when everything will suddenly be different. You've already arrived. You're just learning to live from that truth. The final revelation. If you made it this far, if every cell in your body is vibrating with recognition, if you know this is your experience, then understand something crucial. You didn't find this video by accident. This video found you because you're ready. Ready to stop questioning, ready to stop doubting, ready to accept that you're already living in the reality you've been seeking. Dolores said it so perfectly. We are already there and we will see it when we believe it. You are there. Present tense, current reality happening now. The fifth dimension isn't coming. You're already in it. The exhaustion, that's your body transforming. The time distortions, that's you existing beyond linear time. The lost relationships, that's frequency separation. The synchronicities, that's 5D confirmation. The knowing, that's universal consciousness. The joy, that's your natural state. All of it, every bit of it, it's 5D. You're already there. Your declaration. If you're ready to fully claim this truth, if you're ready to stop doubting and start living from 5D consciousness, if you're ready to stabilize in this dimension instead of flickering in and out, write in the comments right now. I'm already home. That declaration is powerful. It's you giving your conscious mind permission to acknowledge what your soul already knows. It's you accepting your place in the new earth. It's you claiming your 5D reality. And then live it every single day. Hold your frequency. Trust your knowing. Honor your experience because that exhaustion you feel, its transformation, that detachment, its expansion, that loneliness, its evolution, that joy, its home. You're not waiting to get to 5D. You're already there. You've been there. You just needed someone to confirm it. Remember what Dolores taught us. You are constantly moving in and out of dimensions and don't even realize it because nothing is stable. Everything is always changing and moving. This is what I mean by saying you can change your reality because everything is malleable. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. You're already free. Already home. Already in the fifth dimension. Welcome to 5D, beautiful soul. You've been here all along. You just needed the framework to understand what you were experiencing. The dimension you've been seeking, you're already in it. The shift you've been waiting for, you've already made it. The home you've been longing for, you're already there. There's no turning back now. And that's the most beautiful, most liberating truth of all.